Hello, neighbors. Thank you for wanting to find out what's good in your hood or our hood. This report is for beat 2013 as shown on the map here. Okay, now I'm late on this clearly. It is September now. This is August's meeting, or this is a report from August's meeting. So anyway, I'm going to promise to get this next one to you sooner. All right, now to kick off. Here we go. Following up last month's numbers, okay, Officer Halleck noted a reduction in total number of crimes, including theft, deceptive practice, criminal trespass, peace violations, and offenses involving children. So, yay, crime is down. Thank you, officers. Okay. Now, you can look up the statistics at www.chicagopolice.org. Hey, my take in a nutshell, the numbers seem to say that there are less incidents of odd behavior requiring investigative stops, or the police simply decided to chill a bit on the number of stops. Either way, it led to less service calls and less arrests. So, shorter answer. Area wellness seems to have improved, so good job, guys. All right, crime stats, the top 10. No, actually, it is the top 7, as there are only 7 categories for August. 11 thefts. There's one item of special mention here, but we'll talk about that later. There was 2 catalytic converters stolen. Okay, that's continuing to happen. We have 2 locked bikes taken. There was a nursing home incident of theft. And then 5 remaining that fall under our visible, unattended, unsecured category and earn the hashtag most preventable. All right. So let's move on to battery. Okay. So there was 5 nursing home issues here that typically are smaller squabbles, as Officer Halleck put it. There's a road rage incident. And then, there's a incident involving a mental patient. Apparently, a guy broke in and insisted he live there, but it was not the case. And hey, is this ring any bells? This sounds to me like Back to the Future, part of that part 2, right? Anyway, all right, moving on. There was, let me see here, a potential shoplifter. Was confronted by a loss prevention person at Walgreens and was pushed down. That was part of that battery as well. Let me see, did I forget anything? 2 domestic batteries. Bike rage. So definitely this is maybe a like a side note portion unofficially here. But so here's the incident with the bike rage. Okay, someone was walking their bike down the sidewalk, right, one day minding their own business. A motorist, apparently a stickler for the rules of the road, began persecuting the walking cyclist. Right, as Officer Halleck described graciously, the motorist offered that the cyclist ride the bike on the street instead of walking it on the sidewalk. Okay, the disagreement became heated and turned into a shoving match. Interesting. So, not sure what issues the driver was solving here, but it doesn't seem like the guy on the bike was doing any damage. I think if you're riding your bike on the sidewalk, then that's a problem. But if you're walking it, you can walk. You should walk it on the sidewalk. So, referring to rules of the road pertaining to bike safety is what I'd like to do. You could check this out at Cyberdrive Illinois, surely, cyberdriveillinois.com, okay? And here, check this out. When you're riding your bike on Illinois roadways, you must obey the same traffic laws, signs, and signals that apply to motorists, all right? You are part of a vehicle at that point. Speaking of sidewalks, all right, so if you're over the age of 12, you should be embarrassed that you're using a sidewalk as a street if you are riding on the sidewalk. Maybe you want to get to the street, maybe you got like a block to go, no big deal, all right? But you should not commute on sidewalks. Even if you are 12 years old, it doesn't matter. You're on a vehicle, all right? Anyway, also one-way streets. This is my biggest thing. Oh my God. I live on a one-way street and I drive. Okay. I'm sympathetic to cyclists. But listen, when I'm in my car ready to leave, I'm on the left. This is a one-way street. I'm on the left, so it's not a normal thing, right? So there's the whole passenger side. There's cars in front, all over the place. You cannot see like people come in. So yeah, so when I'm ready to leave, if I'm ready to go and get in my car, I'm not going to be able to see if a cyclist is coming this way. Okay, I'm getting ready, I'm warming it up. It could have been 5 minutes. Doesn't matter. Even if you're like, oh, we'll step out and see. I don't know. It's not like I'm getting in there and launching out. Okay, so quite often cyclists come in, and it almost happened the other day. But I'll tell you this, if I pull out and a cyclist hit me, I'm going to assess my damage, and I'm going to be upset because you're wasting my time and ruining my day. If you're hurt, of course, I'm going to help you, but I'm still going to be mad, all right? And it's your fault, and I should assess your insurance for that, all right? If you disagree with that, please let me know. But if you think about it, I'm a car. If I'm driving the wrong way and somebody pulls out, whose fault is it? Is it the guy's pulling out, or is it my fault for going the wrong way on one way? It's the same. Now that we cleared that air, be smart and safe cyclists, all right? And drivers, be cautious and courteous to our pedal-pushing brothers and sisters. You should thank them for having less drivers to compete with on the road, for sure, okay? All right, shall we move on? We have 8 burglaries, okay? One was forcible. Offender was able to shove the window AC unit out of the way, giving him access to the unit. So the tip would be that if you have a ground level air conditioning unit, over secure it, all right? Like secure it, bolt it down, lock it, whatever you got to do. Who knows what might happen, or what person is coming by and says, hey, maybe there's an opportunity, all right? So that's a good tip there. There was one forcible burglary of a restaurant, which, say a handful of tequila bottles were taken. I don't have a graphic for this either, but what is a handful of tequila bottles? I don't know. I can assume it was more like this, and they're like, let's go, right? Or put it in a bag, let's go, it's party time, right? So anyway, just wondering about a handful there. That's I don't know if that's official quantity or not, all right? So we have, let's see, a garage side door kicked in to gain entry. We had a window broken to gain entry, right, for burglary. And then we had 4 unlocked cars and houses, which, again, I believe is, yes, most preventable. Lock your door, lock your windows. Oh, some windows, too, have, you can open it a little bit, and it has, look on the top, by where, the top window, and it'll have a little safety thing that prevents it from going higher. At least try to use that. You can cut a 2x4, a 2x2, whatever it might be, to length, and you can use it in the same way too, whether that's a sliding door, whether that's a window. It's definitely a good idea. That is an old school method. I remember my dad using that, and still used to this day. Very good way, very effective way to prevent people from getting in. Should you forget your keys, though, you're not going to be able to get in that way either, so remember that. All right. Now, the Wild Horse Award, okay, goes to this. Officer Halligan mentioned in one case, an offender broke into a garage. Okay, so he broke into a garage. Then he broke into a car that was parked inside the garage and stole a laptop that was inside of that car. All right? Wow, that is, talk about a Russian nesting doll situation here. It would be wild to think that that is exactly what this guy was going for. If that's the case, this person needs to check who they know, because somebody knows what's up. All right? And that should be a message for all of us. No matter how secure your vehicle is, we should not leave laptops, electronics, and other valuables in the car. All right? In our cars. I do, hey, it happens. All right, but try not to do it. Reduce those instances and pay attention. Otherwise, things happen. All right, move on. 6, criminal damage. All right, 1 seemingly alcohol-related incident, which an individual tried to get in a home that was, wasn't his or hers. That's again that Marty McFly situation there, right? And then there was an attempted burglary at a liquor store. Wow, a lot of alcohol going on here. Okay, 1 road rage incident, a domestic-related incident, a vandalism, and then a car shot at on the 14 100 block of Olive Street, which is the reason why a few extra people were at that meeting as well. Deceptive practice. We had 2 fraud, items, and let's see. Some people getting conned too. There's a couple things conned, and I saw some snickers in the crowd here, like someone called conned into transferring money via cash or gift cards. Now listen, I'm just gonna be frank with you here. That has happened to me before. All right. Now, the thing is, like, I'm not an idiot. Right? And these people, I don't think they're idiots or anything like that. And certainly there's so many ways that many of us have been conned, even everybody sneering and jeering. All right? Whether it's on the L train, you play the cap game, right? Or, even just somebody saying, hey, man, my car broke down out here and my kids are there. It's like a common story almost, right? And you're like, all right, here, I feel bad for you. But then that person, what are they going to do? Maybe they go around and do something else with it. All right? So the thing is to just know that these things are happening, be aware. But it's the fear, all right? If you get this immense fear and you really latch onto it, then suggestion is very strong. And you're even willing to push other things aside, because what you're scared of basically is like, wow, I may lose my freedom. My family members might be affected negatively because of that. And you know what? If there's any way that I can prevent that from happening, I'm going to do it. So that's kind of what happens and goes through in some people's minds. At least that's kind of something. If somebody had a compelling statement and it sounded like it's plausible for a small, tiny degree, and then you're trying to rectify a situation because you're a good person, like, okay, I can tell you that I'll be scammed that way. Yeah, I've been scammed because I'm a good person and I trust people. And you know what? Every now and then somebody's going to get you or pull the wool over your eyes when you're not ready. All right, it happens. All right, it's sad, it sucks, and shame on those people. But don't laugh about these things when you hear them. Know about them and make your neighbors, make your family members aware so it doesn't happen to them. All right, more motor vehicle theft. We had 4 of them here. No, here's a special mention. All right, so, well, first of all, there was 2 cars stolen without any apparent broken glass or missing keys or anything like that. All right, so there was a special mention here. All right, so there's 2 points on this one. There's a theft and then there's a motor vehicle theft. All right, so earlier, the Russian doll story, that was like a theft, but it was like, hey, I'm breaking into this, I'm breaking into that, and I'm getting one thing and pulling it out, the laptop, right? So, but this thing is 2 different crimes in one. So somebody broke into a car, all right, just was stealing things. I don't know if they stole a lot, but they stole that key for sure out of that car, all right? Walked down the block, apparently you're playing the I Lost My Car game, found the car that the key belonged to, and drove off without a problem, okay? Ain't that something, okay? So keep your keys in your house, or definitely out of sight if they are in a vehicle, and prevent that kind of thing from happening. That's a little nuts. So with theft, do people ever get their stuff back? So I guess I can paraphrase the answer by saying yes and no, all right? So some will get caught, many will not. Realistically, we can't expect police to catch someone that stole cash out of an unlocked parked car when no one was around. It's just, it's intensely unlikely, extremely unlikely. Now, we definitely expect them to catch someone who has witnessed committing the crime, and police have been called immediately. I had a note. If you want to go down the rabbit hole in this, besides being impossible to answer as a yes or no question, I'd ask a different question. I'd ask, why are people stealing petty things? Laptop may not seem petty to you, but in the scope of, a laptop paying your housing payment, it's not going to do it, right? Paying your medical bills, it's not going to do it, right? But people are stealing small things, stealing cash, stealing, some visible items, this and this and that, all right? So, it's a lot to risk for something like a laptop, any of these things, because you're going to lose your freedom at least for a little while, right, if you get caught. So some people need to steal, right, because they feel they have no other prospects of making money, right? They lose hope. Okay, so that's really the thing. It's like when we look at crime, sure, we want to prosecute crimes that are happening. Absolutely. I'm not saying not to. I'm not saying it's right to do crime. I think I heard it in a rap song today even. It was like, yeah, we do You do like all the wrong things for all the right reasons. Now the next thing, I know it was a gunfire thing. It was like gunfire. Any idea about blah blah blah? Blah. So we talked about that a little earlier. It's like anything done to be notify people. So, you know, going to the beat meetings is one way to find out. I mean, that's how I found out. Right, I went to that one. You don't have to live by there. Connecting in some of the social media groups like Nextdoor and like there's some Facebook groups actually that I've been invited to, like 2013 group and 2012 group. All right, very cool stuff. All right, Bowmanville, I think they're called something else, but Bowmanville, Andersonville, these different things. But there's a lot of these our little, you know, neighborhood areas that get together. So, you know, jump into that. All right. But Nextdoor though, seriously, as an app, Nextdoor, yeah, you'll be locked in if you have notifications on there. Okay, a lot of good people in our neighborhoods that we communicate a lot and they really care. So jump in there and get a feel of it. All right. Now, also post ideas. Let's see. Oh, spread the word. Right. Share the info you learned. Maybe here. Or maybe something else that's a little more educational, less entertainment value here, which I'm trying to give you. But post ideas about flyers, demonstrations. You know, even if you don't have kind of the means to get into other things, okay? So collectively, we all have talents and energy sufficient to stay informed and unified as a community. We just need to continue to try to do more. That's it. It's just try. It's not like you got to do everything overnight. Lord knows I'm far to go before I'm like, oh, I am a strong member of this community. I'm working at it. I'm trying to do little things like this. So I am in the know, not only for me, like as a person, as a neighbor, right, in the neighborhood, in the community, but I'm a real estate agent, so I need to know this stuff as well. And I need to get this out to people because it's what they care about. And I know that. Announcements. You like that? Like, yeah, let's go with that. And then now we're going to make it anticlimactic. All right, announcements. So they will always remind us that the Chicago Police Department is accepting applications. Actually, until October 1st, and there's an exam on December 8th. So if you want to hit the streets and do it that way, join the boys and girls in blue. Hey, at my standpoint, I don't know that I'm making a big difference doing that. Okay, I think I'm maybe making bigger influence, letting those people do their job, and me here doing something like this, disseminating that information, touring people around neighborhoods, promoting fair housing, and so on. All right. But anyway, next meeting is tonight, September 19th at 7 p.m. at the Philadelphia Church located at 5437 North Clark. So recently in real estate as well in life, my mantra has been collaboration, not competition. Now I make it clear, and I tell the other, another agent if I'm working with them the same thing. Hey, we're working together to do something, we're bringing people together. Okay. That happens anytime you're selling or buying things. You're driving on the road, right? You're driving amongst other people. Are you competing with the other drivers? No, it's not NASCAR. You don't make money on that. Okay? It is collaborating. It's like we are all trying to move in a beautiful rhythmic pattern to get to where we need to go. All right? The better we communicate there, the easier that is, that's for sure. But understand, we're not competing with each other. We're not trying to, ram each other off the road and everything like that. Okay? That would be a mess. It would be inappropriate. Wouldn't get us anywhere as a society, right? So think about it that way. It's are we fighting? And I still ask myself every day, what can I do to improve? So ask yourself, what can you do to improve what you're doing, and how can you collaborate with other people? Okay, in many aspects of your life, collaborate and try to compete less on most things, and you should be getting ahead in your life. But if you found this video helpful, or at least cracked a smile then watching well, at least please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe now to stay up to date with future beat reports and other happenings in the area. And thanks for watching.